This is an Andy's Randomness special report. Reporting now, Andy Pollock.
Good afternoon, everyone. Andy's Randomness. We're back on the air because we are receiving a report that a tornado warning has been issued for Kent County, Delaware. I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. If you are in Dover, you need to shelter in place right now. I can confirm that WBOC has, in fact, preempted regular programming right now in the Delmarva. So we will be joining them in a second. I'm just quickly checking to see if any other network affiliates in the peninsula have, in fact, interrupted. We have Matt Camper, who is giving me information as we speak right now. I am just checking right now to see if we have any... Okay, WMDT has also interrupted. Right now, they're showing on WMDT that we're in a situation that we could see a tornado south of... Yeah, in this situation, I actually may want to go to Paul Williams from WRDE. If Paul is live right now, we may join WRDE instead. Okay, WRDE is not live right now. Okay, so it's just... I think at the moment right now, it's just Fox 21. I'm just checking Fox 21. Might as well check Fox 20. Yeah, Fox 21's not live right now. Okay. So, once again, we're going to join WBOC right now. They are preempting Rachel Ray. I will mention, if you are in Delmarva right now, and if you are looking for Rachel Ray, I would suggest to go on to Comcast channel 911 if you are looking for Rachel Ray right now. So we're going to join Dan Satterfield right now.
We're trying to happen in this cell or in this whole line, and we're still seeing that right now, Jackie.
What level of damage can we expect?
Yeah, you're not looking at an EF3, EF4 tornado. The line of storms is producing winds of maybe 68 to 70. Worst case scenario with a tornado spin up in this line would be an EF1 maybe. So you're talking winds up to 80 or 90 miles per hour. However, 80, 90 mile per hour winds will knock trees down, knock power out. If you're in a mobile home, it can cause severe damage to a mobile home. If you're in a well-built house, you're going to survive that just fine. You might have some roof damage, things like that, but you're going to be okay. If anyone is in the Dover area, you really do not have time anymore to go to a safer place. You need to stay where you are, just kind of hunker down, get away from windows.
Okay, Matt,
the wind will hit and it'll be gone in just a few seconds, and then you'll have some heavy rain. But the winds won't last more than 30 seconds to about a minute as this goes through, Jack.
Okay, now as we're back at that, the radar, if we could take another look at that.
Sure, I'm going to zoom in on the radar.
Show us exactly the area that you're watching closely.
Right,
now.
Okay, the entire line here could produce winds, but what we're seeing here is there's some really signatures that are fairly common in severe weather. One of these, this right in here, we call that a rear inflow notch. You're seeing winds aloft pushing the rain down in that weird angle there, so that's some strong winds coming in there. Here we have another little notch. There's a little curlicue, so there's a little low pressure trying to develop right there. That's where the tornado, a mesocyclone, a small scale cyclone or low pressure trying to develop. So you could end up having this 70 mile per hour line here, and then you have this little tornado in here, spins up, kind of moves up the line a little bit, and you get more damage there than you get elsewhere. So that's why the tornado warning was issued. And we also have a little one trying to do it right here as well. So many times, Jackie, these lines of thunderstorms, especially on a day like today when we have a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere and a fair amount of instability, even as they move east with straight line winds, you'll get some little cyclones spinning up, going up that line, and that's where the heavier damage will be. This is really hard to pinpoint, by the way. It's really tough.
Right.
So,
now, is it too late for people to go outside and anchor down the chairs and everything?
Yeah. Unless you're in, say, Milford area or east of Dover, you've got a few minutes to do that. But if you're in the Dover area, Woodside, you're really running out of time to do that. I wouldn't go out right now. I just wait because it's really, really, really moving fast. That line is moving at least, I think, 60 miles per hour. The highest winds have already passed Greensboro now. They're not up to, let me see here. They are not up to Dover just yet. You've got a few minutes. Rising Sun, Lebanon, Cheswold, Smyrna. You've got a few minutes there. Gust of 47 in Dover. So 41. So we're starting to get gusts on just some of the stations up there, and that's off. Is that off the Delaware Dios?
That is off Mezzo West.
Mezzo West. Okay. Well, I'll pull up on another monitor here if you want. Pull up.
I have Dios as well.
Dios
yes,
cool.
We can get some there.
So the Delaware has a very, very dense, what we call mezzo network of stations that are very high quality. And so as this line crosses those stations, we're going to see what their wind gusts are.
Yeah.
And give us a good idea.
Yeah, right now, those gusts right now, but only about 30 in Townsend. So not quite that bad there, according to the Dios.
Right. Now, these stations do not have the wind usually all the way up at what we call 10 meters. That's about 30 feet. That's the standard height for reporting wind. So some of the Dios stations will be a little bit lower on wind speed than other stations we get. So.
No, we do have our Dover camera pulled up right now.
Yes, I've got it. And if you want to put that on the screen control room, I have Bay Health camera in Dover looking off to the west right now.
Very dark out there right now.
Yeah, and you're looking at that cell coming in from the west. You're looking west-northwest right now.
Okay, I just have information now that the tornado warning for central Kent and northeastern Caroline counties is canceled.
Canceled because we're not seeing enough. Yeah, I'm not seeing that rotation anymore. What we are seeing, though, is some very heavy thunderstorms, a line of storms, all producing winds of between 40 and 70 miles per hour, moving through Kent County, Smyrna, Dover, Woodside. It's just going to clip maybe the Milford area. But as Heidi said, they have canceled that tornado warning. That's not unusual in a case like this. You'll get a very short-lived tornado warning because of that spin up, and then it disappears, which is what it's done. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to talk for a few more seconds to give you one more rundown on this, and then we'll get you back to regular programming. This is the end of it for Delmarva as far as any severe weather threat. I believe once this line goes through, that will be pretty much it. We'll start to see the winds diminish later this evening. Cooler, drier air will come in. Severe thunderstorm warning still in effect, but the tornado warning for Kent County, extreme northern Sussex County, Delaware, has been canceled. That rotation is no longer present, but you can expect 40 to 70 mile per hour winds as this line moves across the Dover area and pretty much all of Kent County and clips northern Sussex County. Stay with WBOC. We're watching the weather. We'll keep you advised. We'll be back on if need be.
Now we gotta let it stand a couple of minutes.
All right, so that was WBOC. They've just left the air, and you might have heard Matt Camper in the background, and I do apologize about the bad hair day. Right now, I'm just going to check to see if WMDT is still on the air. I'm assuming they have went back to regular programming. Worst case scenario. And then what I could do is I can look into some Philadelphia affiliates and see if they're still on the air. Okay, right now they are airing Hot Bench, and they're running a ticker on the bottom of the screen right now. Let's join into Matt Camper right now. Let's see what he's saying.
However, we do have now a severe thunderstorm warning in effect till 4:45 for Ocean County, New Jersey.
Okay, we're waiting to hear more from Matt. We'll wait for the statements from Matt Camper to come on.
WBOC has just gone back to regular programming.
We know that. So is WMDT.
However, I'm still monitoring the severe thunderstorm warning right now in Ocean County, New Jersey.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is, can we look into any Philadelphia affiliates? I think there might be a way to do it. Let's see if I can put Philadelphia on. Okay, there we go. We'll, look for that. Let's try to allow. Okay, we're on Philadelphia's location right now. Gonna see if I can load up any Philadelphia affiliate. I might be able to. If I can't, I do apologize. I'll just have to quickly reload the Hulu. See if I can get back onto it. Okay, looks like I'll have to close out and then close back onto it. Okay. Tools. And okay, now it's working. Just have to make sure that I have the verification for the Philadelphia market. And I will be joining in with those affiliates in just a second. There's really no need to check in on Delmarva affiliates unless maybe I'm wrong. Matt, do you have anything you need to say right now? We're waiting for...
Okay, the latest information is the severe thunderstorm warning issued by Mount Holly, New Jersey is in effect till 4:45 for the following counties. In Delaware, northeastern Kent County. In New Jersey, Atlantic County, Cumberland County, Salem County, Ocean County, Camden County, Gloucester County, Northern Cape May County, and Burlington County, all in New Jersey, under a severe thunderstorm warning till 4:45. And again, northeastern Kent County.
Okay, Matt, thank you very much. I'm just trying to see if we're going to get any Philadelphia affiliate on right now. I'm going to double check at the moment live on the air.
In Delaware.
Alright, that was the last message. Okay, we're going to look into WPVI. Are they preempting? No, they are not. What about CBS 3? Are they preempting? Okay, CBS 3 is giving a coronavirus update. You know, they're just showing elected officials in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. So that's nothing related to the weather at the moment. So if I have no updates on the weather, I'm just going to leave the air. There's really no point for me being on the air right now. Hang on, Matt gave me a message. Matt, are any Philadelphia affiliates live right now?
Hold on, we got another tornado warning just issued for Delmarva. This includes Camden, Delaware, Romney Village, Delaware, Wyoming, Delaware. I think this is Kent County again. Another tornado warning just issued by Mount Holly till 4 o'clock for parts of Kent County again.
Okay, we just got word from Camper News. Yes, okay, I'm able to pull it up. So I'll show you on the screen right now because this is kind of urgent. Let me see what we can get. Yeah, this looks like Kent. This looks like Kent. Let me try to pull it up. There we go, folks. Here's Kent. So, again, this area south of Dover is impacted right now. So, has WBOC come back on the air? So, now I'm going to have to see if I can get Delmarva affiliates back. Because this is concerning now. I'm hoping that maybe a Philadelphia affiliate will break in for 15 minutes or something. Because we're looking into a very potentially dangerous situation. And trying to see what I can get. Yeah, because right now, all I'm seeing on Fox 29 Philly is coronavirus update. Hang on. Maybe actually... Okay, here we go. Here we go. WPVI is live right now. Let's go to them.
This is causing some straight line wind damage and also some of that rotation as we put this in the relative velocity mode. This shows the wind direction heading towards the radar site in green, away in red, and we are seeing pretty good gate-to-gate shear right now, basically between Dover and Canterbury. This is where some of those winds could be spinning enough to spawn a tornado, and as this line continues to push east pretty quickly at 50 miles per hour, it will be crossing some roads and some communities. It is heading towards the Delaware Bay currently, but looks like it'll be crossing Route 115, moving east very quickly at about 50 miles per hour. Zooming in, it was detected very...
Hang on a second, folks. We're going to be checking in with WBOC shortly. because they do have a live YouTube feed. So let me check to see if I can get them back on the air.
Regular reflectivity.
Okay,
so you
yeah,
can just
we
see
are
what
able
we're
to.
looking
Okay,
at
here's
here.
WBOC.
And I'll do that right now. So you're seeing just a big line of thunderstorms here. See why we like the Doppler data. You can see inside that a little bit better. But I'll pull back out on this. We still have an entire line of thunderstorms extending from northeast of Dover across the bay all the way up into New Jersey and then back down to the Greensboro area north of Denton. But the most dangerous part of this line right now is this area right in here, right in the middle of your screen between Camden and Bowers Beach. That's where we are seeing rotation with this thing. Now, how long that's going to last, I'm not sure. Many times in these kind of cells, they do not last that long. I'll switch you back here to velocity data, and we'll look at that. And again, there you go. You can see it right there on your screen, and I'll circle it again for you. Right there is right where it is. It's getting close to the Delaware Bay. I'm going to show you something we do not normally do, but I want to do it this time. I'm going to show you what's called correlation coefficient. This is going to be all green, but what we're looking for here is the possibility of what we call a debris signature. And I do not see that there, so that's some good news. If we saw the blue right in this area here, that would be concerning. That would indicate perhaps there's some debris in the air. So we're not seeing that. That's good news, and I didn't think we probably would. This would be a small enough tornado that probably would not happen. However, it has in the past. And again, Jackie, as you come in here, I'm still looking at this on the velocity data here on my phone. I've got that up as well, so I can look at both at the same time. This thing is holding together right now. It's still rotating. The good news here is it's about to move out into the Delaware Bay. Bowers Beach area, you need to take cover. That's really close to you as well right now.
Now, we had just been on the air for about 15 minutes with another warning that was just lifted. How far away was that from this area that just
Not far.
up?
As a matter of fact, it may be the same area, just regenerated.
Is that common for it to regenerate that fast?
You've got a line of storms, and you've got little couplets of low pressure moving up that line of storms, and this one just happened to get a little stronger than the others, and it's taken over, and it's just south of the Dover Air Force Base housing area now, and it's one of the stronger ones. As you notice here on the radar screen behind me, you really cannot see that thing if you just look at the reflectivity data. That's why we've been watching the velocity data, the radar coming toward and away, the winds coming toward and away for the radar. Heidi, are you seeing anything back there that's new?
Whole lot. It's located over Rising Sun, Lebanon, I believe. Sorry if I mispronounced that, and close to Dover. It's moving east at 50 miles an hour. Yeah,
I'm looking at it right now. I'm seeing the actual couplet, and I'll switch back and show you that. I'm seeing the actual couplet is now just southeast. Boy, that thing is really moving.
Yeah, it seems to be moving a little bit faster than the last tornado warning.
Yeah, that whole line has just picked up speed here. I'm going to zoom in on this so you can see where it is.
Have you guys had any reports of any damage at all?
I'm not seeing anything just yet, no, but there are other pictures coming in from other areas right now, or especially still from what we had earlier this morning, but it's just a mean-looking storm. I haven't seen any specific photos
Have you noticed we're starting to see some cloud-to-ground lightning with this thing? I think it has gotten stronger as it's moved east. Now, the question is going to be what happens to this cell as it moves out and starts bringing in some colder air from over the Delaware Bay. I suspect that will kill it, but it may not. There's so much wind aloft coming into this cell that's nice and warm, juicy air, warm, muggy air coming in from the south. It may actually cross the bay and stay fairly strong. Normally this time of the year, we're protected from severe weather here on Delmarva just because of the waters in the bay. Both bays in the Atlantic are really cold, so any cell that crosses the bay really weakens. But this is one of the exceptions when you have an intense event that has a lot of wind in the low levels, a low-level jet. Then it just kind of bypasses that. It's fueling this thing from the Gulf of Mexico. Warm air from the deep south is coming into this thing right now.
Okay, well now it's saying as of 3:53, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located over Bowers Beach, or 7 miles southeast of Dover, moving now east at 50 miles an hour.
Right, and it's actually just north of Bowers Beach by about 3 miles. I can see the rotation. I've got it circled on your screen, folks, because Bowers Beach is right there. They're pointing at Bowers Beach right there. So again, this thing is just right there between General's Green, which I've not heard of, and Bowers Beach, which is right there. So it's now going out into the Delaware Bay. We can give you an all clear in Dover, Camden, Woodside, Hazlettville, Berrytown, Riverview. You're all clear. Even Magnolia, I think you're clear from this as well. No more threat of this thing. Is now moving rapidly on out into the Delaware Bay. This warning, by the way, the Weather Service knew this was going to happen, and so they made this warning very, very short, unusually short. It expires in less than 5 minutes from now. And really, I can almost give you an all clear right now. Notice that rotation as this thing is now moving out into the bay is disappearing. It's pretty much gone right now. So. Yeah, I'll pull you back here to just the radar reflectivity and pull back out so you can see what we're talking about. And yeah, it's not quite the end of it, but we're getting close to the end of it.
There's not another system behind it.
Yeah, no, there's nothing else behind this. What we are seeing here, I'll show you this too. I'm seeing an outflow boundary coming out of this cell. This little line right here, that's the wind coming out of this thing. So there's some gusty winds coming out of this. And then this is still a bow echo. Those of you in the Milford area, maybe even down toward the radar side in Ellendale, may get some pretty good gusty winds. There's another badge that's popped up here, and I'll look at this real quick. That wind symbol up there west of Centerville. Rock Hall, Mesonet there had a gust of 58 miles per hour. So again, this thing has produced some pretty good winds as it crossed Delmarva. On the other side of the bay, it produced 70 to 72 mile per hour winds. Okay, so this cell now is out in the Delaware Bay. It has actually weakened a lot, so you don't have anything more to worry about. So we'll get ready and toss it back to regular programming. I will tell you, though, that our 4 o'clock newscast here is just about 3 minutes away from now. So we'll be back in about 3 minutes to begin our 4 p.m. newscast.
Glamorous during the mid-50s. World War II was over and people had a little more money to spend on clothing and fashion.
Okay, so WBOC is in commercial break right now. They will actually be coming back on the air in about 3 minutes. So once again, we will be joining WBOC in about 3 minutes. We'll go back to them. Meanwhile, very unusual that you would see a situation where you would have the NWS in Mount Holly issue a isolated tornado warning for 15 minutes and then just expires. So the good news is it looks like this is the last chance of severe weather down in the peninsula today, which is a big, huge sigh of relief for those people down in the peninsula today. At least the main thing is no tornado watch was issued for the eastern shore of Maryland or eastern shore of Virginia today, which is excellent news because the last thing we need under these circumstances to have any other eastern shore towns get affected. So I'm going to try to get it back on the air because I'm assuming that it makes sense for WBOC to air 4 minutes of commercials and then start their 4 p.m. newscast. Now, again, under these circumstances, you know, it's interesting to see how you have a local affiliate do weather coverage, then leave the air because they know it's done with. The warning is going to expire anyway. And then you go back to regular not regular programming, because what would that do in that situation? You might as well just play commercials, then start the 4 p.m. newscast. So I'm going to try to get WBOC back right now. We're going to join them in progress. Well, not in progress because they are, they should be leaving they should be back any minutes. Yeah, we're going to go
more
on
cyclical
to WBOC right now. And I will get them back on the air.
What if you really want both?
Right, so WBOC's in commercial. Okay. So I'm just keeping an eye on them in the meantime when they do come out of commercial break. Matt is giving us an update.
WBOC has left the air. They're going to be back for the 4 o'clock newscast shortly.
Yes, well, again, Matt's watching the YouTube. I have my server from the Delmarva affiliates. We're locked in. We're okay on our side. I'm just seeing a dumb commercial for shaving equipment, which I don't need to see that right now. $30 though. That's interesting. Okay, WBOC is coming back.
You're watching WBOC, covering the entire peninsula.
ET all new every night with big interviews. Every single night on ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on WBOC.
From everyone at Johnny Janusik Furniture, stay healthy, stay safe.
Covering all of Delmarva, this is WBOC News at 4, Delmarva's news leader.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Jacqueline Carley.
And I'm Todd Carley. It's been a stormy day, as you know, all day on Delmarva.
And we are closely monitoring the track of those storms right now. We'll be checking in with meteorologist Dan Satterfield once again in a few minutes. But first, here are 4 stories you don't want to miss today at 4. This storm system has taken a heavy toll as it has swept up from the south and along the east coast.
Now look at some of the hardest hit areas, all while people have been trying to shelter in place inside their homes.
Is one of the nation's top health experts in or out?
Yeah, what White House officials are saying, and President Trump's efforts to get Americans back to work.
The COVID-19 crisis is hitting the poor in rural areas particularly hard. The combination of factors that are leaving many with nothing to eat and nowhere to go.
And one couple thought they would have to settle for a scaled-down version of their wedding due to the pandemic. Their friends thought otherwise. They still managed to draw a crowd from a distance.
All those stories and more today on WBOC News at 4. But we begin now with a look at the storms that have been pounding the area today.
Those storms have triggered high winds and even tornado warnings in areas. Meteorologist Dan Satterfield is here now with a look at where things stand right now. Dan?
Well, we did have that tornado warning just expired. Now, we have some thunderstorms out there still producing some gusty winds, but that line is weakening now. So let's go right to radar, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Thunderstorms now well south of Dover. They're coming in on the Milford area right now, and then they extend back to just north of the eastern area. We can still see some gusty winds, and this little line right here, that's an outflow boundary there of winds coming out of this cell. So we're going to get some gusty winds. They'll probably be now below severe limits, although a gust of 40 or 45 miles per hour is a pretty good bet with this. Earlier in the day, the winds were really howling, even outside of the storms. A gust of 67 in Georgetown. We saw 79 over on the Sussex beaches in a couple of spots. 54 mile per hour gust in Salisbury and 63 miles per hour in Cambridge. Still very warm out there. We're in the 70s right now. However, that front is coming through the area, and much drier and cooler air is coming in from the northwest. We'll clear up tonight, and it will turn quite a bit cooler. More about that in a few minutes.
All right, Dan, thanks. Well, the severe storms have killed at least 22 people and destroyed hundreds of structures in the south.
And Camila Bernal has a look at the damage and a new warning for millions.
Okay, so I'm back. The good news, bad news situation right now is Kent County tornado warnings, 2 of them have been canceled, which is the main thing. And then the bad news situation right now is, and as you're clearly seeing, my studio here, since I'm so close to outside, just a few minutes ago, I noticed that my whole room, well, my whole studio that is, and as you can clearly see, the camera is just shaking again, probably because of this severe weather we're having today. So the main thing is all of the Philadelphia metro region is still going to see a tornado watch. Most of the New York, New Jersey, the parts of the New York metro region link up with New Jersey. some counties still have a tornado watch. That will continue on till 6 p.m. tonight. So, I'm on standby if something does happen. The main thing here for New York, to wrap things up, I don't expect any tornado watches to be implemented in this case. In fact, what I can do right now, under the circumstance, can I pull up the radar from NWS? Because I know I had it last night. I'm just trying to see if I can get it on here. And there's a way I can get it on here. And we'll do an illustration of it. Okay, here we go. So the good news is I'm looking at the radar and I'm not seeing any severe bands heading into New York right now, which is some good news. I see maybe one band trying to get in, but there might be one quick band that could go Staten Island potentially, so I may have to keep an eye on that one. Now, again, I've been through a tornado. Very scary experience. And I remembered when we had a tornado in Queens, the origin was in Staten Island, then went to Brooklyn. So, either way you look at it, you don't know what's going to happen. We don't have a clue what will happen right now, but the way things are looking at the moment, there may not be a tornado warning or a tornado watch, that is, for New York City. So, just keep your emergency notifications turned on, because we don't know what will happen. So, I think with that, we are going to wrap up this stream right now. So, thank you all for watching. Have your notifications turned on if I do come back on the air. This has been an Andy's Randomness special report.
This has been an Andy's Randomness special report.